Do you think it's really no big deal whether or not you're waiting for the return of Jesus Christ? Do you think that's an issue that Christians need not really concern themselves with? Well, I want you to know that Jesus does want us concerned with his return. As a matter of fact, our state of readiness is a real litmus test for whether or not we're actually in relationship with Jesus Christ. I want to share with you a parable that Jesus gives in Matthew chapter 24, beginning at verse 45. He says, "Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom his master has set over his household to give them their food at the proper time?" In other words, who is the faithful servant who is feeding people the ultimate food, the bread of life? Blessed is that servant whom his master will find so doing when he comes. Truly, truly, I say to you, he will set him over all of his possessions. That's right. When Jesus returns and finds a people who are giving out his gospel, living and promoting him through his word, then Jesus is going to take those people and promote them to heaven and in heaven. However, Jesus went on to say, if that wicked servant says to himself, my master is delayed, and so he begins to beat his fellow servants and eats and drinks with drunkards, well, the master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and in an hour that he does not know, and will cut him to pieces and put him with the hypocrites. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So in this parable, Jesus says the wicked servant is the one who simply says, my master's delayed. In other words, I'm not really looking for him. It doesn't really matter. And we find that quickly that servant will degrade into sinful behavior, will not be doing what the Lord wants him to be doing. And Jesus makes it clear that that servant ends up in hell, because all throughout Scripture, that place of weeping and gnashing of teeth is a reference to hell. So it is important that we're in a state of readiness, that we're anticipating the return of Jesus Christ. Hebrews 9:28 says that Jesus Christ is coming back the second time for those who are waiting for him. And if you say, well, in that parable, how come the wicked servant called him master? Well, Jesus did say that there's coming a day when he'll look at people who called him Lord or Master, and he'll say, depart from me. I never really knew you. Are you looking for Jesus? Are you really living for him?